Visit a farm like this and you and the kids will be able to get up close to animals of all sorts, horses, cows, chickens. But our Jason Schultz said he found a farm family in Wisconsin raising birds of a much different feather.
They don't look too wild, hatching by the hundreds, but you are not looking at domesticated baby chickens. These are baby pheasants hatched at the McFarland Pheasant Farm in Janesville, Wisconsin. Bill McFarland is a second-generation pheasant farmer. He's in charge of an operation started by his Uncle Kenneth back in 1929.
It's been in our family for over 75 years. We are the largest producer of pheasants in the United States.
Many don't know much about this agricultural enterprise or that pheasants are even raised on farms. Hunting preserves purchase the birds from Bill, then raise them on their grounds for hunters to track.
Pheasant hunting has always been popular, but the access to hunting property has decreased over the years. I mean, years ago, people could go and ask to hunt a farmer's land, and he would say, sure, go ahead, and maybe you gave him a six-pack or a bottle of wine or whatever, and he'd let you go hunt in their field. That time is really coming to an end, and what that's resulted in is more preserves, places where you can go and pay and given the right to hunt.
They'll hatch 2 million birds at McFarland this year. Many of them end up shipped off when they're only hours old.
How old are these?
These just came out of the hatchers just a few hours ago, and they literally were just hatched in the last 24 hours.
These are on their way overseas, where pheasant is more popular on the dinner plate.
We are selling several 100,000 baby pheasants into England and Ireland this season, and have a good market for our birds there.
And the ones that don't end up on an airplane find themselves here in a temperature-controlled barn where they'll stay for about 6 weeks, and then it's outside in the elements.
The birds have to be acclimated to a wild situation. They want to know what it looks like to have things to pick at, and they have to be weather conditioned, so this lets whatever the weather is, rain or snow, comes right in. We sell these birds to people who release in stock areas. Very often the people that are stocking then sell the rights to hunt perhaps later this fall, and they'll have hunters come and hunt the pheasants.
All over the U.S., or what's your sales area?
Our sales area is primarily east of the Rocky Mountains, though we are starting to go a little bit to the west, farther than that. But our biggest customer is in Quebec, Canada, and that's about 1,500 miles from here. And we also sell one of our other biggest customers in Florida. So we sell all over, certainly around the area, Wisconsin, Illinois, Minnesota. We sell a lot of birds here too.
You do. So, and then on the ground here, the pheasants aren't eating what's on the ground here. This isn't.
Oh, they certainly do eat what's on the ground.
They do.
Oh yeah, they forage with what's on the ground, and they like to eat it. There's a lot of lamb's quarter here, and that is, a noxious weed to most crop farmers.
The plastic squares on the beaks are used to prevent the birds from pecking at each other. Animal rights organizations oppose pheasant farming operations, saying the birds aren't prepared to face predators in the wild once they leave the farms.
I want to be clear that our birds really matter to us, and the welfare of our birds is very important to us, humane treatment of our birds. So we have a code of conduct for our employees. We know what we want our employees to do, how to handle the birds, and we treat our birds well. We also sell birds for meat, for food production, and that part has really grown in the last 10 years. We also sell through distributors to cruise lines, the pheasants, both smoked and dressed pheasants.
At McFarland, it's all pheasants, all the time. At the small store, guests can find pheasant bratwurst, pheasant breast, smoked pheasant, pheasant chili with beans, and pheasant pod.
Pheasant is a very light, textured meat. It's not gamey at all. It's very flavorful. It definitely has its own distinct flavor, and I think people should try it.